What's up everyone, I'm Dylan, and today's video is going to be for all of you guys who are writing and revising your college essays right now. So I've been reading a ton of college essays recently. If you want me to edit your essay, you can check out my services in the link in the description. But I'm always coming across the same kind of mistakes, whether that's in the essay structure or the thematic issues, or just grammar, sentence structure, and other writing mistakes. So today I'm going to talk about some of those mistakes and tell you guys what you should be doing to fix those mistakes and improve your essays. Before we get started, I want to thank so many of you for purchasing my college essay course, which I have available in the link in the description. It's an affordable online course and interactive workbook to develop, structure, and strategize a successful college essay. There are several analyzed examples of essays that have gotten into top schools. There's worksheets I created to map out your ideas and structure your essays. And all of this is focused on strategic planning to save you time in the long run. Okay, now let's jump into the writing and English tips. Number one is if you're looking to cut down some words on your essays, take out irrelevant ideas that don't relate to the main theme of your essay. Now, this is different than just referencing and throwing in little details about yourself throughout the essay, because that's different and that is great and that can help you personalize your essay. But I'm talking about if you're bringing up something that's completely irrelevant to the main theme and story of your essay, then you might as well just take it out. If you are talking about a specific challenge that impacted you and inspired you to create change and make an impact, then that's awesome. But I've seen some students use that part where they're talking about the challenge to start talking about a whole bunch of other different things going on in their life and a whole bunch of other challenges that don't relate to the actual action that they took in the end. Once again, you can throw those other challenges and little things in, but don't make it like a whole other paragraph or a couple sentences that does not actually relate to the main theme. Okay, the next tip is to take vague sentences and general words and turn them into specific words. Words like everything, everyone, someone, thing, stuff. Take those out and make it specific. Who or what are you really talking about? Specificity is key, I say this in every video. Okay, this is sort of like show, don't tell, but really the thing with show, don't tell is you want to show and then tell the significance. Let me explain. Rather than explicitly stating this, and that, show us through your storytelling. Take us into the experience and describe what was going through your mind, what was happening in the scene, include dialogue, but no cliche quotes, so that way your reader is fully engaged and immersed in the story you are telling. Now this kind of goes along with another tip, so I'm just gonna combine two in one. Rather than explicitly stating the values that you gained through the experience, you show it through your storytelling and through your own thoughts, feelings, and opinions when you describe the significance of the event. It is so much more powerful to show your values in practice rather than just stating them. So instead of just saying, this helped me gain respect, communication skills, and compassion, show us through your actions, through your storytelling, through the way that your mind now works because of this maybe shift in mindset that you had. So that's kind of like show and tell. While you do want to explain what happened and give those storytelling details, you also need to always explain the significance of it. What did this mean to you? How did it change your point of view? What did you think about it? What are your own opinions and your perspective on this issue or topic? A lot of what I'm saying really relates to my other video called Questions to Ask Yourself When Writing College Essays. That video is so important, so go check that one out if you haven't yet as you are editing and revising and writing your college essay. Okay, now I'm gonna move into the more grammatical, sentence structure, writing tips for you guys. Always make sure to revise clunky run-on sentences. So many times, a lot of students want to jam in as many words and as many things that they can say, in one sentence. But if the sentence is running for so long, the reader kind of gets lost and isn't sure where they are anymore. So don't be afraid to break it up. Break your sentences up into multiple sentences. It's okay, I promise. By rephrasing your long, clunky sentences into multiple sentences will really help make your message come across in a lot more clear and succinct manner. Next tip, use active voice rather than passive voice. Hey, these are starting to sound like SAT essay writing tips, which I may have taken from an online SAT prep course I took, which you can find all of my notes to for free in my Google Drive link at dyllenellis.com/collegeapps. What was I saying? Active voice, not passive voice. An example of active voice would be, I carried a bag of oranges. And an example of passive voice would be, a bag of oranges was carried by me. See how that places more emphasis on the oranges rather than you? You want the emphasis to be on you or whatever is the noun doing the action. So use active voice. Oh, that brings me to one of the most important tips, which I always say to people. This essay is about you, not anyone else. So avoid using general phrases like everyone or you. A lot of times people say the word you when they just mean like the general people, but don't use that word and actually use I or me or my, because colleges want to know about you, not about everyone. What is your specific and unique perspective? So I highly recommend going through your essay and just checking to make sure that it is focused around you. This whole essay needs to be about you. It's your college essay, obviously. Especially if your essay is talking about another person, like I wrote about my grandfather for my Common App essay. You can hear about that in this video. But even if you are talking about someone else in your essay, it needs to be focused around you, coming from your perspective. You were the one experiencing this, right? So show us from your point of view. Okay, my next really quick writing tip is vary your sentence structure. Maybe you want to ask a question, include some dialogue. That's always a great tip to do. Instead of just saying that this person said this, just show us them saying that. Maybe you want to start with a preposition. Maybe you want to start with a modifier. Maybe you want to try short sentences versus long sentences. However, you can intentionally stay consistent with your sentence structure if you choose to do so. For example, in my supplemental essay for Stanford and USC, which you can check out analyzed right in this video, something I said in my essay was, the piano plays, their eyes watch, my voice cracks. That is all the same kind of sentence structure, but I'm doing that purposefully. It's going noun, verb, noun, verb, noun, verb. The next tip, oh my gosh, guys, please be aware of this one. Use consistent verb tense. Are you in the past, or are you in the present, or are you in the future? Go through your essay and make sure you are being consistent with your verb tense. Most essays tend to be in the present tense or the past tense or a mix of both, which I will talk about in a sec. And then why us kind of essays are written more in the future tense. So you'd be using words like would because you are hoping to have an opportunity to go to that school. Okay, but you can actually use different verb tenses if you are describing different times. For example, your anecdote in the beginning of your essay can be in past tense because, it happened before, but then the rest of your essay where you're actually describing things and talking about things and talking about the significance and blah, 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 that can be in present tense. So really pay attention to whatever time zone you are describing so you are being consistent. Oh, and this next tip is a key mistake I always see in college essays. Modifier errors, modifier errors, modifier errors. What's a modifier? Modifiers are phrases that describe nouns. They're usually placed at the front of a sentence. For example, having hiked for 3 miles, I was exhausted. The having hiked for 3 miles is the modifier. Okay, so what's the problem? The problem is a lot of times students make the mistake of not matching the noun they're talking about with the verb in the modifier. I notice this all the time and it hurts. I want you guys to be writing it correctly. Here's an incorrect example. Upon arriving home from school, Mom gave me a big hug. Mom is not the one arriving home from school. You are the one arriving home from school. So that doesn't work out in terms of the way the sentence works. So the way that you would fix this sentence is by saying, upon arriving home from school, I was greeted by Mom with a big hug. Now it makes sense. Arriving matches I because you're the one who is arriving, not your mom. All right, woo, it's getting hot. We got a lot of great tips here. The last one of this video. Know the difference between apart and a part. So often people use the word apart when they mean to say a part. It is especially prevalent when talking about an extracurricular activity or community that you are involved in. So these words have opposite meanings. Apart means separated. Apart. My hands are apart from each other. A part means a fraction of a whole. My thumb is a part of my hand. My thumb is a part of my hand. My thumb is a part from my hand. One's together, one's separated. So if you were saying you were involved in a club, you would say you are a part of the club, like a piece of the club, rather than apart from the club. Got it? Good. I really hope you found this helpful when writing or revising your college essays. Once again, take a look at the links in the description if you want me to review your essays or if you want to purchase my college essay course to take you through the entire process step by step. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more college application content. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep going, keep grinding. I believe in you. You can do it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one.